Hello, everyone. My name is Farhan Anjum, and I'm working with Bizlockr as a business coach. And today we are going to discuss generating leads with Google. Now, as of the agenda of today's discussion is concerned, it is going to be very simple and very straightforward session where we would be simply discussing, and I will be showing you that how we can generate leads with respect to uh, not any other platform but Google. First of all, let's understand what eventually is a lead, why we need to generate leads, and what are the essentiality and importances of having a lead. Now, when it comes to a lead, basically it's a simple, you can say contact details of individuals. So say suppose if we have got like one person, along with that we have that person's email address, phone number, their social media links or their profile links, stuff like that. So that would be considered as one lead. All right. And if we have like hundreds of these people, along with that we have complete details, contact details of these people. So that is said to be 100 leads. So in simple terms, lead is only going to be something that can provide you the contact information of one person, but it's not an ordinary person that we are talking about. It is basically the person who can be or who is going to be your customer or your client. Now, say suppose you're running a business, you're doing a hustle, you're either you're selling a product or you're selling a service, whatever you're doing. For that, you need to increase your outreach. You need to simply introduce your products to your target audience. And when it comes to target audience, for that, obviously, you could have done your research very well that who is eventually going to get an impact with the products and services that you're offering, who is going to buy this product or service that you are going to be offering. All right. So that is going to be your target market. So within that target market, obviously, if you want to reach out to these people who are going to be a part of that target market, you would definitely require their contact information, because without contact information, how come you can simply introduce your product to them? Either you can give them a call, are they going to send them an email, are they going to reach them out over the social media profiles? So what eventually would be your medium, that is secondary. How eventually you are going to be reaching out to them, that is secondary. First thing is, how much information do you have with respect to the contacts that you are going to be reaching out? Different businesses have different tactics, different businesses have different methodologies. Like some of them are definitely going to be getting their phone number where they can simply initiate the soft call or cold calling technique, where they would be like calling these people, introducing their products or their services. On the basis of that, either they are going to be like rendering their services or offering their products, or maybe they are going to be getting refusal from the other side. Whatever would be the, the consequences, obviously, it is a part of business that eventually happens. Like some of the people to whom you're going to introduce your product, they might show interest. And for some of them, your product or your service, it's least, uh, it is something least that they are going to be like paying for. So in that reference, obviously, they are not going to pay you. They are not going to be your customer. They're not going to be your client. But for the people who are eventually going to be showing interest, for the people who are now at a stage or at a verge where they can simply be your potential customer, these people, these leads would help you generate revenues. These leads would help you eventually generate sales and profits. So obviously, now that we understand what is completely a lead cycle, we need to understand what are the things, what are the platforms that we can explore with respect to generating these leads? Because a lead is, in simple terms, it's the contact information of either an individual or group of individual from your target market that you are going to design for your product or your service. And within these leads, you are going to find the contact details. And upon those details, you would be simply reaching out to these individuals or group of individuals. All right, so that's simple. Now, when it comes to lead generation part, there are eventually going to be like not just one, but there are going to be like hundreds of different platforms that you can explore for generating leads. Apart from that, there are other ways of generating leads as well. For example, you can, simply you can reach out to a digital marketing agency and you can simply ask them to generate leads for you with respect to the target market that you are going to be defining for your business. You are simply going to share your target market depending upon the age, depending upon the sex, depending upon the location, depending upon the demographics, depending upon the geographics, spending power. All of these things are eventually going to be covered depending upon the industry. All right. So these are the things that you are eventually going to be sharing with these digital marketing agencies, and they are eventually going to create a complete list of those people who are going to be a part of the database that they are going to provide you, and which is exactly going to be the same as you ask them for. Like the people who are working to, say, suppose construction industry, uh, and they are working within UK. All right, so that's your target market, and that would be the database that you would be getting at the end of the day from these digital marketing agencies. Now, the second thing, or the second method with the help of that you can generate these leads, are data scraping. Now, when it comes to data scraping, further, there are two ways with the help of that you can get these leads. First one would be you can simply hire a freelancer, maybe from Upwork or maybe from Fiverr, who is eventually going to do the job for you. And again, you would be letting that freelancer know that, yes, this is my target market. Depending upon the things, that person or that freelancer is eventually going to design or create the complete database for you, to whom you can reach out to and offer your products and services. And the second case scenario within this option would be you can simply do the data scraping by yourself. Eventually, the freelancer, they are eventually going to do the data scraping for you, right? They are not going to be buying the data from somewhere else and they're going to be uh, selling it to you, because it would be much more costlier. Most of the time, what freelancer does is they use these data scraping tools. With the help of that, they simply scrape the data, and same tools you can use as well. But again, when it comes to data scraping, it is kind of like a highly qualified skill. And for that, you need to have certain, you can say, insights, how you're going to utilize these tools. And on tops of that, how you're going to use them to generate these leads. There are lots of technicalities involved into that process. I will not recommend that because again, when it comes to data scraping, maybe possible for some of the people it could be very simple, but maybe some of the people who are eventually going to try this at their own, they might get confused. But more or less, uh, all of these two options that we have explored so far, there is eventually going to be a cost attached with all the options that we have explored so far. Either you are going to be working with the digital marketing agency to fetch the leads. They are eventually going to be charging you for the leads, or you're hiring a freelancer who is eventually going to scrape the data for you. Eventually, that freelancer is eventually going to uh, charge you for that. And just in case if you're going to do the data scraping by yourself, in that situation, obviously, you are going to be paying the tools in terms of subscription, so that you can utilize those tools and you can scrape the data out of internet. But the option that I'm going to explore, or we are going to explore within this session right now, is Google. And with the help of Google, we are not going to be charged not even a single penny. And it is very simple. It's very easy, it's very convenient, and you can scrap as much data as you can. All right. So let's cut the chase and let's start the session. I'm going to share my screen and then I'm going to walk you through from there. So first thing first, I'm going to share my screen. I hope so my screen is being shared. Now I'm going to open Google. Now, first thing, simply open your Google account, and then there's just one prompt that you need to put. And that prompt is site column Instagram.com, inverted commas, London, inverted commas, construction, inverted commas, email. Don't get confused. I'll dissect this prompt for you so that you can get a better understanding that what eventually we are writing into this prompt. So when it comes to this prompt, What I'm asking Google is, I want to get the email addresses of those companies or those individuals that are working with respect to the construction industry, and they are residing within London, and they have mentioned all of this information on Instagram. So what Google would eventually do is, Google is eventually going to fetch all of that data for me with an ease of just one click. All right. So right now you can see I have like hundreds of pages coming up. So I mean, this search can go up to like maybe hundreds of pages. So that is how eventually it goes. But coming back to the first page, just give me a second. Let me go to the first page so that I can show you how it can be done. All right. So we are back on the first page. Now, you must be thinking that we can find the email address right here. So what do we need to do? Do we have to copy it one by one? Do we have to open the profile one by one and then we need to simply copy the email addresses? No, that's not the case. What we would do is we would simply open ChatGPT, which is another AI-based platform. It is 100% free of cost. All you need to do is simply sign up on ChatGPT using your personal Gmail account. And once you're signed up, it is eventually going to be free for you until or unless you don't utilize the premium options. And this is something that doesn't cover into that will not cover into the premium options. All right. This is something that we can do for free. Now, what I would do is I would simply press Control A. With the help of that, all the information on this page, it is eventually going to be copied. I'll press Control C. First, Control A, all the items have been selected. All the content has been selected. Then I will press Control C. All the selected content has been now copied. All right. I'll go on to ChatGPT and I'll press into the prompt bar and then I'll press Control V. Now, all the content that I have selected with Control A, all the content that I have copied with Control C, I have simply pasted onto this prompt bar by simply pressing Control V. All right, V for Veto. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'll simply write, please format this information into 4 columns. Column number 1, name. Column number 2, industry. Column number 3, email. Column number 4, location. And I'm going to press enter now. Now, what ChatGPT would do, all the information that has been copied and pasted over here, ChatGPT is going to format it for me so that I can see that how many email addresses do we get. So far, we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So 5 email addresses of 5 different companies we have got so far with an ease of just one click. Now, what I would do is I would go back to page number 2, Control A, Control C, come back to ChatGPT, paste it into the prompt bar, go back to Google, open page number 3, Control A, Control C. I have copied it again. I'll paste it again into the prompt bar. Then I will go back to Google. I will select page number 4, Control A, Control C, and I'll be pasting it again here. And lastly, I would ask, please do the same for this data as well. And now all the 3 pages data has been now formatted. Here you can see we have got the company name, we have got the industry, we've got the email address, and those email address, those companies who haven't mentioned their email address. So that is now being taken care. So here you can see we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So in total, from 4 pages, we have exactly generated 25 leads. 25 leads of different companies, 25 leads having complete information like their email address, their location, their company name. Now, do the maths. We have like maybe 400 or 500 pages coming up on Google. So that gives us a leverage of generating at least 500 to 700 leads. Let's stay with a minimal number. 500 leads we have generated using this approach. All we need to do is Control A, Control C, Control V, and give the prompt to ChatGPT. And then ChatGPT is going to be doing its thing. Then we simply need to copy this response. We can go to Excel sheets. We can simply put it right there. And from there, we can upload the data onto the email sender, or maybe email campaign we can compose, or maybe we can send bulk emails for our products or our services. Now you must be thinking that 500 leads, they are not good enough. They are not enough, sufficient for me to start an email marketing campaign. What next? How about this? We can change the location. From London, we can go into Manchester. Press enter. There you go. Now I'm getting the list of those companies having their email address mentioned onto Instagram, and they are from the construction industry and they are located within Manchester, right? So we can change the location as we want. Even more, we can change the industry as well. How about this, that we have 6 different locations. We are done with the locations. We have got all the information about the construction industry, those companies that are working into the construction industry from 6 locations. Now we're done with construction. So how about this? We can change the industry from construction to real estate. Now I'm getting the email address of those companies that are working to the real estate industry and they are located within Manchester and they have mentioned this information on Instagram. And there you can see, even we can find some of their phone numbers as well. We have got their email addresses as well. So there you can see another email address, another email address. So that is how eventually we are going to be moving further. All right. So 6 locations, 6 industries. In total, we are going to get 36 different results. And all of those results would be with respect to the information of those companies that have mentioned this thing on Instagram. So 500 for one, you can multiply 36 into 500. That would give you like maybe, I don't know, maybe 15,000, 17,000 leads. All right. So that is the number that you can expect if you are going to be working on this 6 locations, 6 categories, or 6 locations, 6 industries thing. That can help you to basically generate 15,000 to 70,000 leads straight away. I mean, it's a straight maths, right? Keeping it on the minimal side, right? Not maximum, but minimal. Maximum, it can go up to like maybe 20, 25, maybe 30,000. But let's keep it on the minimal side. Just 6 locations and 6 industries. Say, suppose you're not satisfied with this thing as well. Like 15,000 leads, they're very low. How about this? We can change the platform. From Instagram, we can go it to facebook.com. So now the result that I'm getting is of those companies' email addresses that are working into the real estate industry. I'm sorry, that are working into the real estate industry and they are located in Manchester and they have mentioned this information on Facebook. Now, say suppose we were generating 15,000 leads with 6 locations and 6 industries from Instagram. We're going to do the same number for Facebook as well. So that is eventually going to add 15,000 more leads on the table. And the total number would be 30,000 leads. Say, suppose you are saying that no, even 30,000 is not the number that I was expecting. I need a little bit more than that. So, how about this? Once you have generated 50,000 leads from Instagram, 15,000 leads from Facebook using this approach, like 6 industries, 6 locations, now you can go up to another platform, and that is LinkedIn. I'm sorry, I haven't entered the complete address. It's linkedin.com. There you go. So now we can add another 15,000 to the main number that we have achieved so far. So the total number that we are expecting at the moment is 45,000, where we are covering 3 platforms, which includes Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, where we are covering 6 different locations, and we are covering 6 different industries to whom we can offer our product or we can offer our services. So that is how eventually it is going to be done. And it is a very simple process. Simply open ChatGPT, copy the content from here, go to ChatGPT, and you can simply ask ChatGPT, please give me a formatted file or formatted table for this data and convert this data into 4 different columns. First column, name. Second column, location. Third column, email address. Fourth column, maybe their industry, maybe their phone number. Right. So that is how eventually you are going to be moving further. You are going to be generating leads using Google, and it is, I have simply shared right in front of you. It's free of cost. Nobody is going to ask you why you're doing this. Nobody is going to ask you that you need to pay uh, Google or anybody else for doing this. It's 110% free of cost, and you can do it in your free time as you want. Well, I guess that's pretty much it from my side. If you have any questions, if you have any queries, if you have any concerns, you can definitely reach out to us, and we would be more than happy to give you the response that you are expecting from our end. Thanks, and looking forward to your final response. Check it yourself, and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.